Let's open up this V10 a little bit. Hey guys, welcome to the 2009 Audi S6 V10. Now right away I want to say that if you're buying this car solely for speed, I mean it's not the quickest car out there, but it's definitely a good hybrid of both. It seems that Audi put a lot of care into how comfortable the car was, not just the speed only. I will say that the Lamborghini derived V10 engine does seem a little underpowered for what it is. It's a 5.2 liter V10 which only makes about 435 horsepower. It's kind of sad to see that these V12s and V10s are kind of going obsolete because they make such great sounds, but you can't argue with how manufacturers are now putting turbocharged engines in their vehicles. Like the latest version of this car has a V8 twin turbo and it makes about the same amount of horsepower and also leaves room for tunability. Let's open up this V10 a little bit. I will say this, as good as this engine is, in its stock form, the exhaust is just way too quiet. This specific car has got the quad resonators deleted, and from inside the cabin you can't really tell. From outside it sounds like all hell, but from inside it's still a little bit drowned out. I guess that's a pat on the back for Audi there. Great sound deadening, but I wish they would have let a little bit more noise in. If you were to compare this car to its rivals, the M5 or the E63, I'd say hands down, this car has probably the best interior of them all. And in terms of comfort, this would probably be one of the best ones, and practicality as well, since it is a quattro. You could use this car year round with no problems. The transmission is nowhere near the capabilities of this engine. It's so slow in between shifts. I mean, other underpowered cars just walk past it at that point. It's a tunnel, so you know what we gotta do. In terms of styling, I love this car. It's amazing, interior and exterior. Of course, with the facelift, it looks a lot more modern. Audi tried to incorporate a lot of LEDs in the styling, and I feel like that probably livened it up. On the highway is where this car absolutely shines. You can go long distance road trips without problems, and in absolute comfort as well. The ride is amazing in this car. It's just honestly something you just have to try to understand. The amount of quality and the weight of this car, you know, you never feel any kind of swaying or anything, never any crosswinds. It's just planted is probably the best way to put it. And on the highway, I mean, you could be doing pretty high speeds and you probably wouldn't even know until you look down to the speedo. Like I said earlier, a lot of manufacturers are now opting for smaller engines. And it's sad to say, but this is probably the last time Audi's ever going to put this big of an engine in this kind of a car, like a sedan. And that's because with technology and turbos, manufacturers are pulling way more power out of the engines without lacking on the efficiency side. I really love this car. I don't want to get out of it. It's so nice.